Hey folks, and I'm back. Sorry about that. The head. Not far from here is a hippo of unusual size and ferocity, known as Mugra. I've been contacted by a private collector that would like to acquire Mugra's teeth for a special exhibit. Hippo teeth are extremely difficult to extract, and we can't be selling damaged goods, so just bring back the entire head. Got it? Good luck. Wow, look at the size of that thing. It's got the biggest hippo I've ever seen. Mugra was one of the angriest hippos I've ever seen, but she's all smiles now. Get it? Hippo teeth, smiles, eh. I hate how you mouse over the rares here. It's even though it's just a holograph, and the Silver Dragon thinks it's the real deal. Okay, Dara Hoop's hide. I've actually managed to solo the Stinger one. Melt your face off. Yeah. I read this one previously. If you approach from the right angle, you won't get any ads. Ooh, cool. Volcol is feared throughout Nagrand as a vicious predator. While it is true that Volcol is one of the most dangerous raptors you'll ever encounter, she is also savagely beautiful. Volcol must be preserved for future generations to behold. If you can bring me back one of her vicious claws, I'll make sure you get a cut of the profit. Nice work, Palnai. It's times like these that make me proud to be your mentor. You'll make a fine archaeologist someday. Here's your cut. And 2 horns. An anonymous collector of valuable fossils and antiquities, antiques, has offered the Preservation Society a huge cash reward for Brugru's horn. A huge reward, Palnai. Huge. Wow, I knew Brugru's horn would be big, but I never imagined it would be this massive. We're going to have to charge the buyer extra for delivery. Honestly, that sounds like a sex joke, to be honest. His horn was massive. Like, oh my god. I don't know what's funnier. Part of me wants to say that I said that, or I said that with my mom just sitting right behind me. Then she wouldn't mind, but it just, some people would probably find that weird. Or be shocked, if you get me. Annoyingly, these marsh anacondas and the random rare elites here have actually no use, as far as I can tell. Maybe you can skin them, but I have no idea. I tried killing some previously, and I didn't actually get anything from them. It was just... if you approach it from... Try not to grab raptors. This angle. You can fight right here in the middle, and you won't be bothered. Annoyingly, some of those high mall chests are right behind those raptors, so it's really annoying to actually go grab them. There's one of the big things. They've all got the same house, but I find they're actually the easiest to fight. I can go in with half health and actually still survive. Okay, it's somewhere along the bank here. It was a little shiny. Okay. You can almost feel the voodoo power emanating from it. Alright, now I got all of these. Okay, I can just kind of click on them. I now head back to here. I'm not sure if you've seen him previously, but Abugar is there. Honestly, I swear I've seen him referenced somewhere else previously. But I have no idea. Oh, there's a trampler here. Let's fight it. switch to this. Every time I attack, I have a chance of getting healed by a little bit, and with the judgment, I pretty much get healed guaranteed. See all the green? Yeah. Mad heals. Plus that seal increases the healing I get by 5%. Though I don't think it matters with, say, Gifted Naro, which heals you by 20% of your maximum health. Then again, I haven't worked it out exactly. But I don't see it helping, but it certainly is a possibility. Okay. Once it gets to 440, I can trap it. It has to be 50% or lower. Let's toss out the trap now. Okay, lure it in. Don't know what to get if you kill them, but I think it's more beneficial just to catch them. Also, I think I was saying this earlier, going around with a group, even if it's just another person, but let's say it's a just like literally a group, like 5 people, that's actually really beneficial because, well, more people means you can cover more space, and more space covered means you can get more of the elites. And everyone gets the elite or whatever gets trapped. So that's pretty useful. Okay, let's toss 8. Sometimes it doesn't respond. So I'm not trying to kill these with my bloody fishing rod. I'm actually really annoyed over that inn. I will be upgrading the trading post to level 2, just so you know. I'm working on, well, actually, what would I be working on? I was going to say working on the Shatari defense, but part of me wants to say, since that's going to be so painful, maybe I should just record that. I know most people think, well, that's going to be a pain to watch, I shouldn't. But my current stance on it is, if I'm going to suffer, so shall ye. Alright, I'm nearly there. Just gotta try not to sneeze. Also, there's a treasure down here called Ogre Beads. You actually, part of me feels that's a reference back to Outlands, because here in Nagrand, you spend most of your time, if you wanted to deal with the rep factions in Nagrand, I think the Horde faction there and the Talar faction both wanted obsidian ogre beads, which to get them you had to go kill the ogres of the region, who are up here at War Mall Hill, Laughing Skull Ruins, these 2 caves, and the Burning Blade Ruins. They were full of ogres. So you just had to keep farming them. I will do a video on them. As while at least the Alliance version had a few quests, they weren't really enough to get you to Exalted. You had to do a lot of farming. And this can actually help here. Kunari. This is the Alliance version. This one makes no sense. You don't get rep with them from killing these. You don't get. Firstly, let me start off. I don't know if the Bodafist ogres are in Arati Highlands, because it says the Kill Sorrow, Deathsworn cultists, and Spellbinders are in Arati Highlands as well. I don't think so. But these aren't in Arati Highlands. And I know you do get rep off killing these. War Maul non-elites give you 10 rep. So yeah, basically you can either farm killing enemies, or you can turn in. Actually, let me start again. Basically, you have a few options of getting to exalted. Solely kill enemies, or kill enemies and pick up war beads. Like it's not like there's dailies or you can toss on a tabard. There's just a single repeatable quest, and that's it. Though there are a few other quests, but there's only a handful. That's it. And you need these war beads. I I don't know how many you have to turn in at one time though. But anyway, I'll be doing that video later on because I'm presently not sure if I'm actually making any sense. So we'll worry about all that later. You think you might be able to help me out? You brought my gear. It's looking like my luck might be turning around after all. Abulgar will return the favor. Just wait and see. Right after I hook myself a lunker, of course. You can hook yourself lunkers. You have to though get what's his face? Can't remember. Trading post is just done, and 6 minutes. You need to get the guy here. Not Pagel, which requires you to get 2 things: a fishing skill of 700, and Draenor Angler. Once you get Draenor Angler, which requires you to catch 100 of every type of fish, bar there's one type you're not to catch. Okay, fuck it. Sea Draenor Angler. Basically catch 100 sea scorpions, fat sleepers, black water whiptails, fire ammonites, jaw skulkers, blind lake sturgeons, and abyssal gulpers. Oh, sorry, I forgot to mention one point. You can only catch the enormous ones. They're the only ones that count. You have to catch 100 of them, which isn't too hard actually. There is actually an area in Shadowmoon Valley where catching the lakes things is actually guaranteed. There's a waterfall in the Shimmer Moor, though I'm not sure if that's intentional or not. It's like guaranteed you don't catch anything else there but blind lake sturgeons. But I want to be blunt. I want to be honest. I don't know if that's intended, because I haven't done much fishing, but I'm not sure if there's any other zone like that where you go to a certain part of it and you can only catch one type of fish. I have no idea. That could be just a mistake with the code, and as such ends up feeling a little exploity, if you get me. Maybe it's intentional. I have no idea. But anyway, once you get not Pagel, you put him in your level 3 fish. You put him in your fishing spot in your garrison. You can now catch lunkers, and you can turn them into him for a reward and whatnot. So now he's a follower who has Dark Command and Naturalist. Of course, I'm going to have to retire him. Oh, see, he's the bone fishing rod. That's the same one I have, and that does actually look kind of cool, and kind of makes me think of Rat the Lich King. It'd be funny if you just see the Lich King on his day off, just like fishing with that kind of pole, just still in full plate. I personally find the image of it kind of hilarious. But anyway, I sincerely hope you have enjoyed this so far. I don't know if there's anything else I was intending to show you. In fact, I've showed more than I actually was. I was just intending to show you, look, I've changed a few things around the place. There's a few treasures over here. That's it. Oh, actually, it was over here, not Shazgul. I was there, wasn't I? I think so. It just seems new to me. It's been so long. Good. And got another crazy salvage. Let's go toss this up, open this. I don't know if there's anything else I want to say or show ye or whatever. I will be coming back and doing the Garrison campaign. Like I mentioned about the fact that 6.1 is on the PTR, while I saw something pop up about High Mall's raid calendar, basically as the instances are unlocking. I don't know if it just made it sound like they're not all out yet on looking for LFR, which if they aren't, that means 6.1 is a fair bit away. As I hope it is, as I do kind of want to catch up to my videos to get to a point where it's still not showing 2014 content or early January of 2015 content, because it just, I don't know. I question how entertaining or whatever that would be. But anyway, also look at all the quote I have. I have 1,609 pieces. Crazy. Anyway, folks, also 100 of these. This is it. Crescent Saberfish. You don't have to catch 100 enormous ones of them, though you probably still are gonna. Just not intentional. I've actually no use for most fish presently. My cooking's max level, and there's nothing really of benefit there for me. My cooking's max level. My fishing is max level. The only use for like say fish is for first aid. Like I can make the healing tonics or the fire amulet oil, so I don't know why I would, and stuff like this. The healing tonics seem, at least to me, to be the only real useful item. Then again, it may depend on who you're asking. Here, I'll open the trading post. So, hopefully in the when they're adding in like the legendary follower and all the other things, you will all be my slaves. Hi. I like that line. I hope they add in that buckle's levitating in front of its crotch. Weird. More like cooking recipes, more things later on. I don't think they did that in Miss Pandaria, but they had quite a lot more back then. So, plus the fact that the barn gives the best feasts. Savage feasts give you 100 in your highest secondary stat. While the best thing I can make, it would be a Feast of Blood or Feast of Waters, is 75. So, not the best. Also, I have an absolute ton of herbs. So, let's see, I still have so many. I've still over 300, despite tossing so many here. I've got a lot. So anyway, folks, I sincerely hope you've enjoyed this so far. Wait, that's a 22. Christ. I'm just thinking that's probably going to end up with quite a lot by the end of the day. Probably same amount as the mine. It just, I don't know, seems higher than it should be. Regardless, I sincerely hope you've enjoyed this session. It's much longer than I intended it to be. Well, what you gonna do, eh? I'll read this last thing and to close out the video. Thanks for doing me service back there in Nagrand. Ever since the Lich King was forcing me into his service, all I wanted to do was get away and do some fishing. This Draenor place is much nicer than Northrend for fishing, you know. You don't have to worry about the ice and the fish less likely to eat you. Indeed. Actually, if you go to Cataclysm, there's a giant whale shark. You get an achievement for killing it, though it drops absolutely nothing. And on that note, folks, I'm going to leave you because I'm just going to keep stretching this out otherwise unintentionally. So, talk to you.